Okay. Testing. Am I being heard? That's the test. Yo. I don't know if I'm being heard. Oh, there's 4 people. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh, perfect. I don't know if it's this mic or if it's the computer mic, but it doesn't matter. You can hear me. Yo, there's a lot of people. 16 people. Whoa, buddy. This blew up. Not really, but I usually when I do these lives, like on Instagram, for instance, it'll take forever to get people to come in here. That's cool because I really like the quality of the mic. But yeah, it usually takes forever to get people to come in the stream. Well, that's Instagram. YouTube only did one live before, and it was kind of like the same. Annie, are you okay? Let me test something else because I want to know if you can hear. Your dog just fell down. See if you can hear my computer audio. I don't know if it's set up that way because it'd be dope to like play some music. Anyway, what's up, everybody? I am Legend. No, just kidding. I really honestly don't know what the purpose of this live is other than to just chill and hang out for like 45 minutes to an hour. So if I am a bit all over the place, then that explains why. But how is everybody doing? I would love to know. Let's see, we got and like reading your names is also going to be a task. Chilling. Inundated here in my country will not allow me to watch this today. Oh, that's fine. Stay as long as you need. Doing good other than a sprained ankle. Dang, that sucks. I pulled a muscle in my foot a couple weeks ago and I couldn't even walk. It was terrible. 3 a.m. Where are you at? What time is it? 10, 11 to 1. No, 10, 11 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. I definitely don't know where you're at. Australia. Okay, that was going to be my first guess. Australia has the weirdest time difference compared to here. I know like Europe time difference and stuff like that, but Australia is very strange. Relaxing before work. Sounds good. Wait, on a Saturday, bro? That sucks. But hey, I used to work Saturdays. Tell me if you can. Oh, I got a thumbs up. Night security. No, I'm in San Diego. I'm never. Well, I won't say I'm never in LA, but LA is not where I live. San Diego, the place that's 10 times better than LA because it has nice beaches and chill people. And yeah, can you guys hear this? Wait. Oh, it's coming from. Wait, let me switch the MIDI here, the output rather, and see how long that takes to set up. Because if this does work out, I think maybe in the future I'll do like some live production videos, or I can like make something live on the stream with good quality. This computer is shaking way too much for my liking. If you move to Cali, what if you move to Cali? Nah, I'm just getting started. Hey, Zach, what countries do I want to visit? Well, let's take a look. Oh, it's backwards, so you can't read it. I went to Poland this year. I've been to Spain. I've been to the UK. I've been to France. I've been to Romania. So this year, I still want to go to Ireland, Portugal, Iceland, Luxembourg, Germany, Italy, and a whole bunch of different places. Australia is one of them. Norway. Pretty much everywhere in Europe. I mean, those are the main places, but I really want to travel everywhere that's safe. I was in Nice in France. You didn't see my video? I have a video. It's the one called One Thing Every Musician Needs. That whole thing was in France. I almost went to South Africa last year. Somebody invited me out there, but the flights were ridiculously expensive. Italy is definitely on my list. Have you ever thought of visiting the motherland? You're talking about Africa? Of course I have. Switzerland. Are you from Switzerland? Um, I've definitely wanted to go to Switzerland as well. I just know it's very expensive out there, or so I hear. But wait, so tell me if you can hear this. Do you hear the music? No? Dang, that sucks. I gotta figure that out. I need to figure out how to get the screen audio to play through here. I think I have to get like an actual streaming app like OBS or something. I was just too lazy to set it up because it was going to take way too long to figure that stuff out. Uh, and I just wanted to get started. But yeah, if you guys are following me on Instagram at IAMLXGEND, LXGEND, I posted a snippet of the song I am working on. It's like the closing song of the album. Let's put this back on the MacBook speakers. But it's really dope. And it kind of made me very emotional. So it's definitely a good sign. It's gonna be lit. It's like 12 songs. Let me look at my list. If you guys want to talk about anything, I mean, feel free to ask questions or anything of that sort. I'm not opposed to whatever you want to say or ask or do. This is really just a chill thing. I have no plans. How do I insert ad? What? I can insert a live ad on here? That's crazy. Which post? You talking about the story? The Instagram story? Because that's what I'm referring to. What would be my dream studio? Dream studio as in like equipment that I want? Or are you talking about somewhere to go and record? And producers, I would, number one, I want to work with Kanye. Secondly, Timbaland. Thirdly, Ryan Leslie. Those are my top three. Pharrell, 4. And who else? Maybe somebody like maybe like Missy Elliott. Studio wise, to answer that question, I wouldn't want to go to any studio aside from Abbey Road because it's so legendary. I don't really care too much for actual studios. I'd rather do everything in my room because I feel most comfortable. It's not my room, but like if I had my own place or my own studio, my own whatever, whether it's a room or not, I would prefer it be my setup because I just feel comfortable recording on my own. I don't like when there's a lot of people around and observing and stuff. It kind of hinders my creativity. But Abbey Road, I would love to go there. I was actually in London in May, and I totally forgot to even visit the street that that studio is on. You know, the Beatles when they're walking across. Such a foolish mistake. I'm so depressed about that. But equipment, I definitely want to get the Machine Micro Mark III for travel because this thing is way too big. I don't need a new mic, but I want a blue, maybe like a dragon. What's it called? A dragonfly. I love blue mics. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that people will say, "Oh, get this one, it's better" or whatever. But I love blue. So, and I'm very like, what's the word? Dedicated when it comes to equipment. I've been using Sony cameras only, no Canon, blah blah blah. I've been using only Apple products, only Native Instruments products. Like once I find something that I like, I stick with it. So a blue microphone, the Machine Micros is something that I want. Oh, I want the Native Instruments, the keyboard, the big one, the S61 or 88, whatever it is, the complete control. All that good stuff. Yeah, because it's got the hammer action key, so it's like a real piano, and that feel is, there's nothing that compares to that actual piano feel. That's one thing I hate about MIDI controllers. It's just so plasticky and clunky. What's up? What's up, man? I feel like it's been a while since you've been around. Let me get to these other questions. Ooh, there's been a lot. When did I start music production? I started music production technically when I was 7. And I don't want to say how long ago that was, because then you guys do the math and figure out how old I am. And I purposely don't talk about my age. Not out of shame, but I have this thing where I feel like the moment I openly just discuss, yeah, I'm blank years old, then parts of my audience might think I'm less relatable. I don't know. That's just a thought in my head, and I don't want to come off that way. I want people of all ages, young and old, you know, to just see me for who I am. It's a weird thing, I know, but anyway, that's totally beside the point. Yeah, when I was 7, I started writing. I started kind of playing around with FL Studio. That was the first thing I made beats in. I have a video about how I got started, called "How I Got Started Making Music," where I talk about this. But I was a pianist and organist for my church. I still am, and I've been doing that for quite some time. And that helped me to be a better like player as far as creating instrumentals go and things like that. So once I got FL, I got some decent sounds. Actually, I didn't have any VSTs. I would sample, as I talked about before, like other people's songs, Kanye West, Timbaland, like their drum patterns, or take out kicks and snares and put it in the beat. And then I would sample literally like a section of where it has just a synth by itself. And I would loop the synth so that when I press the key, it's like doo, doo, instead of just you pressing this to loop. And then I would play chords from that. So I would literally create my own synths by sampling somebody else's song, which was very intuitive. And I miss those times because I feel like I was, I don't want to say more creative back then, but I was more, okay, I won't say more experimental. I was a different type of experimental back then. Like my first album, for instance, was totally different compared to what I'm making right now. It was very like out on a ledge somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got started. Bootlegging, FL Studio, and cracked software. We've all been there, musicians, but I highly do not recommend you do that, especially now, because these people, they find you, and I don't know how they do, but they do, and they basically threaten to like take legal action. So Let's see. This is terrible. I totally not keeping up with the chat. Could you do a video where you sing a song acoustic? Yeah, I could do this, and I was definitely thinking about it. I don't know what though. What the song yet? If you had to use another recording software, what would you use? Logic, because it's the bigger brother to GarageBand, so I'd probably know it best, and it's got a lot of really dope features, so probably Logic. I just want to say you're dope. Thanks for making these videos. I really appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of love on the videos. I got a few DMs yesterday. People saying, "Man, these daily uploads is crazy. How you're posting every single day." And these are people that I didn't even think were still watching my videos, but just the fact that they're still paying attention and things like that, it really means a lot. And it's really been paying off, as you guys saw in, what was it, yesterday's video? I can't even remember. When I showed the numbers going up, like, it's crazy how this algorithm stuff works. Your own song, I don't know what that's referring to. Can I send you a track to listen to? Yeah, if you look for the video, I want to help you make music for free, or whatever it's called. It's been released this past week. Post a link there. I will feature it in a future video, me listening to it and giving feedback. Really, that's the only place I'm taking submissions to, like, listen to stuff for right now. Because my email is kind of going through some things right now. It's really packed out, so I don't want any more emails. I can't sort through my other stuff. Did you always want to be a musician? Like, oh yeah, when I wanted to be a musician ever since I discovered Michael Jackson, and when I realized who he was, I was probably like 5 years old. So ever since I was about 5, I knew I wanted to be a performer. And then the musician side came 2 years later, when I realized somebody has to make the music, and I don't want to rely on other people to make the music. So I was just like, I guess I can make it myself. So let me just learn how to play this piano. And I taught myself how to play. I taught myself how to make beats. Taught myself how to sample and all that stuff. And that's basically me being a producer. It came from me not wanting to rely on other people for music. And the same goes for me shooting videos. Same goes for me writing songs. Everything that I do, the reason why I do everything myself is because I want to be self-sufficient and not be like, hey, I need this from you. Can I get it? And then people take so long. Sorry, I'm really, really behind. Well, I'm not too behind. Yes, I would work with and collab with my subscribers. It just depends. It has to happen naturally for me. I don't like forced collaborations. I don't like forced creations at all. But if somebody, like, if I vibe with somebody's music, or I feel like somebody can really match with a song I have going on, or I match with a song that they have, and it works, then it works. But I don't like to be like, yeah, let's do something, unless it's like a beneficial type thing for both parties. For instance, like that's a totally different story. But anyway, I honestly just go to the studio for mixing, mastering. Everything else I can do myself. That's what I recommend, because everything else you'll be relying on other people. Ala Wardi. I will save this. I'm not going to look it up now, because I will get distracted. Hello, Joshua? Joshua? Joshua. Sounds like Joshua. Anybody on the chat looking to collab? Well, that's not a question for me. When did you write your first song? I wrote my first song when I was 13. I actually found it a couple days ago. Yep. Wait. I hope you didn't see my butt crack. Plumber's crack. Oh wait, is this it? I don't think this is it. But these are definitely old songs. Dang, this is not it. I have it somewhere, but it's like called "The Way I Feel" or something like that. And I wrote it in. I forgot what grade I was in. It was like 2003, so that was fourth grade. Oh, you guys are probably gonna do the math on that. Do you use a sustain pedal in your production? Always. I hate not having a sustain pedal. It's a nightmare as a pianist. No sustain pedal. I feel like I just rather not play. How old am I? I'm not. If you guys do the math, then whatever. But I never divulged that information. You guys can tell the way I talk live how much I have to edit myself because I stutter so much, but it's not like I don't have a stutter. I just talk so fast and my head gets ahead of my lips and I just stumble over my words. You ain't older than I am. It depends how old you are, Nikki. Okay, I'm gonna try and catch up to this chat. Let's see. You look 25, 26, 35. Don't put me up there, Brody. Who is this, Vincent? Who is this? Yo, Vincent, showing some love. You probably the dude that subscribed to my channel just to dislike all my videos. You're black. I don't like you. Wow. Those are some fighting words, bro. Okay. Let's go to Africa. That's my brother right there, Michael Anthony. I'm so behind. Am I behind on the chat? Somebody say something. Say something. Anything. Say, I don't know. Hey. Good morning. I'll put a link in your video. Hi. Pizza. Okay, good, cool. So I'm caught up. I thought my stuff was being slow. You inspired me to record myself so I can save money. I love hearing stuff like that. I really love hearing stuff like that. This other person said that they gave up on music and my videos this month, and I think in general he said, but this month the daily videos and the advice and tips and things I've been talking about inspired him to start making music again because he gave up that dream. I can't remember why he said, but he lives in the Bahamas, and they just got hit with a hurricane, and he said he wants to write a song for like his family because it got the best of them. So he wants to like write something that heals the hearts and what what music does. And I don't know, the fact that my videos and what I talk about or whatever, it has that effect on people. Like, that's why I have this channel. That's why I don't like to just do tutorials, because I know tutorials are great and they're good for teaching people. Like, we all need to be taught. But at the same time, there's more to being a musician than how to make a beat or how to record vocals or how to mix and master. There's mindset stuff in there, and that's stuff that I want to talk about. There's mental health stuff in there that I want to talk about, which if I can get this video done today, that's going to be tomorrow's video. It's about mental health in music, in the music community, in the artistic community, and how we have to pay attention to that stuff. In fact, the last live stream I was on, that is what we talked about. We talked about a lot of the people in the stream were talking about how they went through these thoughts and depressions and things like that. So, man, what did I say that for? Oh, the inspiration. So yeah, the guy said he was inspired, and I get a lot of messages from people saying I was going to give up or I wanted to give up, but because your videos, I'm getting back into it. Or I haven't done it in blank amount of years, but I'm getting back into it. And that's why I tell people, because it was on one of the looping videos when I talked about loops are not a bad thing. There was a beginner who told me, people have told me I'm not a real producer or that I need to quit, blah, 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 because I can't play an instrument, so I use loops. So I was going to give up because they're telling me I'm not a real producer because I use loops. But when I saw your video, it let me know using loops is okay. And it inspired me to want to produce again. That's why I make these videos. And that's why I tell people loops are not a bad thing. Now, greetings from Moscow. Oh, snap. Moscow. Privet. Privet. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it's one of those two. What else do I know in Russian? I know I know peace yet. Hey. Oh, dang, you guys have been saying a lot of stuff. Is it gay to kiss your homies goodnight? I mean, people kiss their friends all the time in Europe. He said you at least 21 to 23. Hey, you go right ahead with that. Which autotune is better? They are expensive. I'm assuming you're thinking autotune. Waves is not expensive. Waves tune is not expensive at all. Waves tune LT you can get, I think, right now for $30, $29. Not expensive at all. And if you get the vocals bundle on Waves, it comes with a whole bunch of like stuff, but autotune is in there. The full version of autotune for the same price of just autotune by itself. So you can get autotune for like $120, or you can get the vocals bundle for $100 and get everything, including. Anyway, oh, excuse me. Say something. Bring the heat. It gives me opportunity to create more autotune. I live in the Bahamas. I live in the Bahamas, but it's not me. Yeah, it's not you. You're such a good person. Thank you. Why do my mixes sound different on other speakers, even though I have Yamaha H8s? Because every speaker is different. It's the same with headphones. Like if you play a song on Beats by Dre, you'll hear a lot more bass, versus if you play them on these or these, they'll be more true to sound, how it actually sounds. But it's the same with speakers. That's why some speakers you shouldn't mix on, and some speakers you shouldn't listen to your mix on. Sorry if I'm like breathing very heavy. I'm not having an asthma attack, but it's like some weird breathing issue when I talk a lot. Please send me a CD. I mean, I don't have CDs to send. I have actually my old CDs over here. You guys want to see the first album I ever put out? Back in 2008. Black Circus Act 1. This is my masterpiece. This was a trilogy. And each of these albums, this one had like 16 songs. The third one had around the same, about 16 songs. The second one, Intermission, had, I think, about 12 songs. And that's the one where Trey Songz basically stole my album cover. Yeah. Line Force Records. Got my little thank yous in here and stuff. I love doing trilogies to my albums. I love treating my albums as movies. So they have sequels, they have trailers, they have concepts. So it's not just this is a bunch of music, but it's like Black Circus. All these songs were, I did research for these songs. So there's, every song is based on a circus act from like the Coney Island sideshows, and things like that. And yeah, so I treated it like a movie, and it was like Act 1, the intermission, then Act 2. And then I had my other album, Seasons, which I treated as like a fashion line. So I had Seasons, the winter collection, the fall collection, the summer collection, the spring collection. It just makes the creative process more fun. That was really weird. Anyway, uh 32. I'm definitely not 32. I'm not hurting anyone, but good messed up tunes come from a whole lot of anger, despair. Yeah, that's true. How come it makes it sound different on speakers? Because they're speakers. Every set of speakers, every set of headphones, they're engineered differently. They don't all have the same makeup, so they're gonna sound different because they're supposed to emphasize different things. You're pretty awesome. I have started getting into music after finding your videos. I literally sat and went through all of your videos and watched them. You went through all my videos, all 375. No, I'm just kidding. I love to hear stuff like that. I love because I know how it feels when I find a new creator and I binge their entire channel. I didn't even know people did that with my videos. Do you have a DistroKid promo code link so I can use it because my membership is almost done? I don't get. Do I get paid for that? I can't even remember, which is kind of sad. I don't think I get paid for it, but in my DistroKid video, I do have a affiliate link. And yeah, he Trey Songs. So he took it's if you look up my video 5 or something like that. Basically 5 famous musicians and celebrities who stole my ideas or something like that. And it's in the thumbnail. Trey Songs intermission, Enzo intermission. It's the exact same cover, but mine came out like 2 years before his did. Yes, it has been a minute, Debo, but it's good to see you out here. Don't worry, Nikki. I think I'm making visuals on my beats. Should I sell those as well on the album or nah? I think I'm making visuals for all my beats. Sell the visuals? I mean, you could do that. It's another piece of art, and I think if it's well done and your audience calls for it, then yeah, it's worth a try. Your booty fish and R. Kelly fishing. Turn around Michael Jackson in your kitchen. What is going on here? Oh, rate my bars. I'm not gonna rate that. Yeah, I'm 21. Sure, I like that. We'll stick with that. With tutorials, it's great to see how to do things. Have you ever thought about doing one-on-one consultations? Yes, that's my video that I did last Monday, reviewing subscribers and stuff like that, and the one before that. Basically, I'm using this as a way to test out that whole thing and see how I want to go about doing it. But I talked about how basically I'm going to put a section on my website where you can schedule and pay for like either a video call for like an hour or a video response if you don't feel like hearing me live, which would be like a little bit cheaper, or just like a very brief something, which would be even cheaper than that. But like a consultation for you specifically that people can pay for to get their songs critiqued and stuff, like in depth. And what I want to do with this is like, instead of just listening to the song and giving advice, if the song was recorded in GarageBand, I want to actually be able to show, okay, I have the project file. Here's what you need. Like, turn this up and turn this down, so I can really show people like how to fix their stuff. So that is something I'm working on. Would I use Pro Tools to record? I recorded my first 4 albums in Pro Tools. This was done in Pro Tools. I hate Pro Tools. It's too complicated and it's too expensive. And the reason I stopped using it actually wasn't because I hated it, even though I did. It was because my inbox was outdated and I needed to buy a new inbox, which I didn't have the money for at the time. So I'm like, let me just use GarageBand. And that's how it got started. GarageBand ever since 2013, I believe, or 2011-ish. I use Pro Tools, but yeah, I can't stand it. Should I make a whole song on my phone? Oh, I just made a whole song on my phone. Yeah, that's dope, man. I still want to do that idea where I said I want to make a whole album on my phone. I want it to be a series. So I think it would be so dope to just have an entire series where I make an album on my phone, recording the beats, the mastering, the mixing, the artwork, the music video, the distribution. And I think that would be an incredible series. But I don't know how you guys feel about that. Don't ask me that question, man. I love working on themed products. I feel like that's the best way to work. I give you a great goal. Yeah, it does. That's exactly why I like it, because it gives you a focus on something instead of just being spread out all over the place. But yeah, to answer your question, Nasty Pumps. Hey, bro, how do you make your music sound better on GarageBand? I have a million videos on this. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. Yeah, look up every single video that I have on plugins. That's what I do. That's my answer to your question. And how to record vocals and harmonies. Basically, any video where I'm talking about making a song, not making a beat, but making a song, is going to be how to make your music sound better in GarageBand. I have a lot of videos on that. What do you think about using Pro Tools for recording? I just talked about this. I hate Pro Tools. It's too complicated and it hurts my creative process. Yeah, Wouldn't Leave was dope. But yeah, it's not so dope that he stole it and didn't give me credit. I mean, I understand that if I wouldn't have put that Kanye West sample in there, it would have 100% been like my original creation. I can easily take that sample out and say that is my original beat. Just to keep that same energy, boom. But because I put it in there and I called it a remix, now people are, oh, but you remix somebody else's song, blah, 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 whatever. But the fact that he couldn't just write produced by Legend, it's not that hard. But, you know, even in that, because Kurt Cobain did it, Johnny Orlando did it, who's like this TikTok star. He's been on Genius. August Alsina did it. Justin Bieber used one of my instrumentals, but it was a remake of All That Matters. I don't know why he used my version, but he did. There was somebody else. Stormzy used the same beat, who's like super huge in Europe. And I just found out about this in May. He used my beat, and that has like 1 million or 3 million views or something like that. So yeah, the good thing about these people jacking my stuff, not all of them jacked it, but the ones who did and didn't give me credit, is I get to say, hey, production credits, August Alsina, Stormzy, Johnny Orlando, and they can't say anything about it because they literally took my music. So I have legitimate production credits now. That's the way I see it. So when people, oh, who have you produced for? Oh, August Alsina, you know. I did a little something for Justin Bieber. I mean, yeah. It's a reach, but it's true. Yes, I do features. It just has to be right, not forced. Alex, no. I'm back. My YouTube was freaking out. Oh, okay. Would I go back? Go back to Pro Tools? No, I would not, because it's too, until Pro Tools becomes as user-friendly as GarageBand or Logic, simplified. I'm never going back. It's too cumbersome. You have to do way too many things to get to your end goal. Excuse me. And I hate that. GarageBand is a lot more simple. The simpler the creative process for me, the better my music is. If I have to do so much just to make one thing happen, my music is gonna suffer because I get frustrated and I don't want to make anything. So yeah, Logic Pro I will use eventually. I think I'm just waiting to finish this album to step into Logic because I have it on my computer. I just never opened it before. But I've been recording all of my songs for the past, I don't know how many years in GarageBand. So I don't want to jump now in the middle of my creative process into a completely new piece of software. If you weren't doing any type of music production, what would you be doing? I would be doing video production because I love creating visuals as well. Also fashion design. I got accepted to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, but it's $25,000 a year and I didn't have that kind of money. So, I mean, but fashion design is something I'm very interested in as well. You're new here. What's up, Jordan? Jordan Douse? Welcome to the legendary channel. How do you get your mixes to sound good across all speakers? You have to listen to it across all speakers. So some musicians, some producers, they have this test where they play through obviously their headphones, then they play it on their monitors, then they play it in their car. That's like the test. If it sounds good in all three, you're good. So you want to find a good balance between all three of them because they're not all going to sound the same, obviously. But you want to find it to where they sound good in each and every one, consistently good. Does my profile look different, or is it a blue? It's a blue logo. I can come up with melodies and lyrics, but I don't understand how to do drums. Start with loops and learn from there. Basically, reverse engineer. So take a drum loop. There's a VST if you're using a computer called Arcade, made by Output, and they have drums like you just press a key and it'll play a whole like drum loop for you, and then you can even like change the patterns. It's kind of like you're playing a keyboard like this, like you'll like it's like you're playing the drums with your fingers on a piano. Anyway, that's a good way to start, and then you reverse engineer. So you hear what the drums are doing and you try to mimic it after you know, over time. That's one thing that I did starting out. I took a lot of loops and then I put it in my song, but then I would build drums on top of that loop, and then I would take the loop out. So I actually did this in my Loop Cloud video, the one I released a couple days ago, where I used the drum loop, I produced on top of the drum loop, and then I took that drum loop out and I have my own drum pattern. And then from then on, you can like generate your own type of sound. Pro Tools makes great vocals. They really turn a song up. I may be tripping. I mean, you can do that in any recording software, not just Pro Tools. I do it in GarageBand all the time. I feel like I've gotten better results in GarageBand than I ever did in Pro Tools because it was just too much work. But it just depends how you use the tool. It's not really the DAW. There's nothing in Pro Tools that has like some kind of processor that makes vocal sound better. It's all the same plugins. It's all waves, or it's all, you know, UA, whatever, universal audio. It's just how you use it. Said use Mixcraft. I've never heard of Mixcraft. I got FL Studio too, but I keep going back to GarageBand. I have FL Studio actually on my Mac. I have yet to open it, but I think I'll do a video. I haven't produced an FL in like 13 years. But I do want to make a video like producer makes a beat in FL for the first time in a decade, and I, you know, see how that works. Why does my phone suck and send my message unfinished? I have no idea. Are you full-time entrepreneur? Yes. What tips would you have for up and coming entrepreneurs? It better be something you love, because if it's not, you're going to quit and you're going to not want to be an entrepreneur. Um, Sorry, it's hot in here. So I know I'm wearing a hoodie, so that doesn't help, but my hair is horribly done right now. It's not done at all. I hope that's not too loud. But yeah, being an entrepreneur. So make sure it's something you love, absolutely love, because if you don't, you're going to quit. You're going to fail. That's why I tell people. I was telling somebody in the comments of my videos yesterday. They were like, "I'm addicted to being a celebrity. How do I become a celebrity? I want to be a celebrity. What tips do you have?" And I'm like, "Well, my tip is if you're doing it to be famous, if you're doing it to be a celebrity, don't do it, because you're you're not going to become a celebrity. Then you're going to get upset, and then you're going to be depressed that you're not a celebrity. Like, do something because you love it, and that way you'll never be dissatisfied. I mean, you will be, but not to that level. Like, it won't be like, oh my gosh, I'm not famous yet. Oh, blah blah blah. It's more like, oh man, I have no ideas right now, but you still love what you do. So I always recommend make sure it's something that you love. Um, as hard as it is, you got to stay consistent. You got to keep going. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I could say, but it's just really listening to your own instinct. Should do a video how to vibe by using simple production techniques. I don't know what you mean by that. How to vibe? In what sense? And what production techniques? Google's weird. What's your plan when releasing a single or album? This is a terrible question because I usually don't have a plan. Um, my plan is, well, that's a lie. Before, I would always do trailers, like, because I treat my stuff as movies. So I do a trailer that shows, okay, this is the single coming, blah blah blah, the date, and I just share that around, get people excited, and then I drop it. Same with the albums. That was like pre 2013, but then like 2013 to 2018, I would just be like, "Hey guys, I'm dropping a song tomorrow," and I'll just drop it, which is not great. But this year, a lot of content creation around dropping a song or an album, and that is, I think, these days, more important. Content is king. Everybody says that, but it's true. So I figure I teach something in a video. So like my songwriting process, or how I wrote a song about getting cheated on, and the process I went through that and all that stuff. I create content around the song, or I create something that's like a documentary around the song, something entertaining or something informational. I post the video, and that way it's not just like, hey, here's a song, but it's like, here's the process. You guys are learning something. By the way, I have a song that's going to play at the end of the video, and it'll play. So I've seen a lot of success with this. So is that other song Spend a Night on the album? Yes. Everybody's obsessed with that song. I mean, even I am, but I did not expect people to like that song as much as they do. How do you manage being confident in front of the mic when recording vocals? I just been doing it for a long time. So it just comes with time. And sometimes I'm not confident. I mean, I'm sure of myself, but I'm not always confident in the ideas I have, like the notes or melodies. I'll just sing it. Oh, does it sound good? Nope. Delete it. I did that yesterday, recording this new song. I did a whole like 24, 8, 12, 16, 20, like 20 to 24 stacks for harmonies on this. It took a while, 24 stacks. And I'm like, you know what? This don't sound good. And I deleted everything. Bro, chill. I deleted everything because you got to try stuff. So, you know, some of these comments are coming really late. That's how I felt when I bought the demo Pro Tools. I felt lost. Okay, answering all questions. You're amazing. No problem. My name's Annie and I'm okay. No, your name's Jordan from what I understand. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. When making a beat, how do you combine them to make it one cohesive beat? I need a video. What do you mean combine what? A beat and like lyrics? Or what are you talking about? Tips to write great lyrics. For me, my biggest tip is write about what you know. The things that you know the most are going to be the things that you can explain the best. So I always write about my experiences because I know them the most. And in that, I tell a story. And you don't always have to tell a story. Sometimes you could just do a turn up song, whatever, but it has to be catchy and it has to be something you know. So you want to use descriptive words and words that are not so straightforward, but that paint a picture. You want to paint a picture with lyrics, if that makes sense. Checked out your album on Spotify. What album? I don't. Oh, Chico. That's a single. That's not an album. I'm like, what album? Thank you. How much time should someone put into their craft to as much time as humanly possible? The 10,000 hours rule is a real thing. So to become a master at anything, they say it takes 10,000 hours. So that gives you an idea of how much time you should put into your craft. But literally, all the time I'm working on something. So as much time as humanly possible. I'm still don't have understanding with mixing vocal rap. Are there any tips on that? The tips that I have are the tips in my videos. I have a video, the how to record vocals and harmonies. That's pretty much everything that I will tell you here. It's the same stuff. Layering, you just want to record your stacks. I never do just one vocal and then just one vocal of another part, and then I never do that. Anytime I have multiple vocals, I always do 4 stacks, pan 100 to the right, 100 to the left, 50 to the right, 50 to the left. Or in GarageBand, it's 60 to the right, 60 to the left, 30 to the right, 30 to the left. Because you want to get that full sound. And that's per harmony. That's per part, not anything else. It has to be, and it has to be an even number because it has to be equal, like that surround sound. As far as raps, it's a little bit more simpler because you don't have obviously raps like rap harmonies. If you want to pan vocals for like ad libs, you can do that. Some people do that, but you know, content to Philippe was deep. Thank you. Do you think it would be beneficial to go to college to learn music production, or is it best to just come and teach yourself learn online? I think college, I don't want to say this because people in college, I feel bad. And it's not always true. For me personally, college would have been a waste of time to go learn music. I learned so much more on my own, but that's just because I learned best on my own. And I have an ear for music, but not everybody has that. Some people have to go to a college to learn their stuff. So, I mean, if you want to go into debt, sure. I don't recommend it because I just don't like having that debt over me. So I never went. But, you know, if you have the patience to learn by yourself, I totally think you can learn everything you need to know on YouTube. There are millions of videos. How to keep your vibe or find a ideal with simple techniques. I still don't understand your question. How to keep your maybe own vibe or find an idea with simple techniques? I think that's what you're asking. Yeah, I still don't understand your question. I'm sorry, man. No problem, Aaron. If you're asking how to keep your own or make your own vibe, I mean that's something with experimentation. It doesn't matter if you're using an iPhone or what. but you just got to experiment. You have to try stuff, even if it's not right. Like people tell me all the time, you're not using this plugin right, or you're not doing this, or you're not putting it in the right order, or you're not blah blah blah. But who cares? Because I found a sound that I like by just experimenting. So that's how I found my vibe. Yeah. Do you master your own songs? Yes, I do. My tips: use Lander because that's what I do. It's very simple. It gets the job done, and it's the least time consuming option. I mix as much as humanly possible so that Lander can do its best job. I could learn how to master myself, but I don't have that kind of patience right now. So I just use Lander. Do you take vocal lessons or do vocal exercises on a specific schedule? Nope, no vocal lessons, no vocal exercises. I should do vocal exercises, but I don't. But I don't need vocal lessons. Not to sound cocky, but I already know how to sing. And I was in choral ensemble. I was in a choir class, the highest choir class in my school for 4 years, where we were classically trained to do like opera, jazz, um, different like Latin music, all kinds of stuff. So I have my teachings there. Do you want it to be a celebrity? No, I don't do that. I just want my first project to sound amazing. Your videos up with that. I'm really glad to hear, really glad to hear about that. Made a beat using a variety of instruments, if that makes sense. But I guess to combine would be the record button. I made a beat using a variety of instruments, but I guess to combine would be the record. I don't know. The record button is to record, whether it's instruments or vocals. I don't know what you're trying to combine. I don't know if you've gotten this question already, but how do I stack rap vocals and is there a right or wrong? I mean, I it depends what you're trying to stack. I stack them actually the same way as I stack harmonies, but I only have one stack because when I do rap, well, these days I don't really stack my raps. I like just one lead track the whole time. But if you do have like ad libs or if you have emphasis parts where you want to say something and have other voices back it up, the same four pan vocals, I do that just once. Otherwise, if you have ad libs, you can just do like some on the right, some on the left, so that you get the surround sound feel. Just I feel like rap vocals are more, you're more free to do whatever you want. It's not as cut and dry. Mobile device or PC? PC, because I mean iPads are getting close to being as useful as PCs. Actually, they pretty much there's an iPad that's as powerful as this MacBook, but it does have its limitations. So always PC for now. I think in maybe like 2 years, maybe a year, depending on what Apple does next year with the iPads, it probably will be completely different, and iPads will be the future or the now of music production. But like a phone, definitely not. Always PC or Mac computer. Um, but Tully, I don't know if Tully is on a computer. Love you and all that you share about music. Keep reaching higher and higher. Love energy and honesty, success. Keep teaching, brother. Continue to bless those who appreciate you because I do. Thank you. Those words keep me going. And as much as I say that to everybody, I mean it every single time. Mentioning the song cheat code when you were talking about the song you wrote about getting cheated on. Yeah, that was the one. Favorite artist? Kanye West, Ryan Leslie, B. Slade, Timbaland, basically all my favorite producers. Justin Timberlake. I'm trying to look for my albums. There's a lot, but I'm totally bad with this. Janelle Monáe. Jaden is pretty dope. Chris Brown is dope. I like the Clientele. Before going into bands, I'm just going through my Apple Music because I do not have Spotify. Anderson .Paak, Anthony Hamilton, Michael Jackson, obviously. There's a lot of people. I mean, a lot. But probably my favorites are those top ones. Kanye West definitely up there. Ryan Leslie's definitely up there. Michael Jackson, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's true. If you want to go into debt, go for it. Oh, dang. Let's try to catch up. I made an orchestral beat on GarageBand yesterday, and I realized there's a limit on the number of tracks in each song. In GarageBand for your phone? Because in the desktop, I haven't had. I do a lot of stacks, and I still haven't hit a limit. Please collab with Bryson Tiller. Sure, if you have Bryson Tiller's number, I would love to. If you can get me in contact with Bryson, I honestly don't know if he'll make music with me though, because I don't make them trap soul beats. I don't make trap beats. Period. My music is. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that's not my style. I usually make more. I guess like Chris Brown type stuff, but less. Less. I don't. Yeah, you get the point. What's up, Mountain Boy? Lander, Landr. Joshua got it. Find it difficult to mix. Do you have any easy tips? I have videos. I have a video how to mix and master. All my tips are in there. But basically, in the video, if you want me to sum it up, you want to turn up, and people. I hate when people like this video sucks. You just talking about turning up volume, and you're just talking about do it until it sounds good. That doesn't help me. But that's literally what mixing is. You have to play with the levels until it sounds good. There's no set like set this at 2 decibels and set this at 3 decibels. So what I'm going to tell you is turn up every, like if you have a high pitched voice or like a voice that's high in treble, usually women, you want to turn up the bass on that track. Because you're going to be lacking that. If you're a guy and you have a lot of bass, and you can hear in this microphone, it's like there's a lot of bass. You want to turn down the bass because you don't want it to be overpowering everything else. Basically, you want to equal everything out. And this is kind of with EQ. And then volume-wise, your tracks should never go into the red. Never have it peaking. It can go into yellow sometimes, but if it's in the yellow all the time, that's bad. So look at the metering on that. Loud does not equal good. So stop turning everything up all the way full blast. That comes in the mastering. So even if your stuff sounds quiet in the project, don't worry about that. It's going to be quiet. When you master it, it's going to bring up everything. It's going to give it that punch. And it's basically like dynamic range. So you keep imagine this is your sounds. This is your sound wave box, or however you want to explain it. This is the highest. This is the lowest. If your vocals are like, I'm not going to make your ears bleed. If you're screaming and your vocals are going past the red, you're losing sound information. Or if it's not loud enough and it's like, you're losing, there's no information. So you want to keep it within that realm. That way, after you mix and all that stuff, when you master, If it's like low, it'll bring up the volume to the high-ish level. This is really hard to explain. It's hard to explain without doing it, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Have song cheat code on replay. That song reminds me of my experience with my cheating ex. See, this is why I do music. I appreciate it, and I like talking about my issues because I know people can relate. Can you suggest 61 keys MIDI for FL Studio? Get a complete control if they have a. I know they have an A49. I don't know if they have an A61, but they might have an S. But anyway, Native Instruments, complete control. It's great. If you don't want that, then you can get a M Audio or something. Do you pan for a lead vocal? No, a lead vocal is a lead vocal. It's just straight. You don't pan that either way because it's just one. If you pan it, then it's just going to be only coming out of one ear. So you don't want to do that with the lead. Unless you want it to only come out of one ear. I'm sure with your skills you'll be successful. I hope so. I mean, I'm grinding. No, I don't pan. Okay, you're answering that question. I have a song called Situations. I should have sent that one to you for the video you did a few days ago. I might do another round, but later because I have so many songs that I have to get to. So, I mean, keep that song in mind for the future. Can you tell everyone? Come on, man. Can you tell everyone to check out my song Close to You? Open for criticism. Everyone, check out Close to You. I mean, I this is why I don't, and this is not to be of no offense, but I generally, like, for instance, on my videos, I get a lot of comments that'll just be like, yo, check out my blank, and they'll put a link, or they'll say something, dope video, guys, go check out my da, da, da. I'm like, say the topic at hand, but not that you're off topic. But I like to hear something first before I tell people, hey, go listen to this. Or I like to, for instance, mess with the tool first before I tell people to go use the tool. That's why I rarely do sponsored videos. If they are sponsored, it's because I use it myself. And it's the same thing for collaborations. But you're good. You're all good. I don't know how to put an already made beat into GarageBand. Oh, by the way, if you didn't submit that song to the thing, you can do that, and I'll talk about it on the channel. On that video, I want to help you make better music. I don't know how to put an already made beat into GarageBand and then rap on it. If you're using a desktop, on a phone. I have a video specifically on this topic called How to Import Music into GarageBand. Go check it out. A lot of people say I have a. I'm assuming that's supposed to say idea, not an ideal. A lot of people say I have an idea. It would be cool if you did a video on how you use your iPhone to capture those ideas or vibes. I have done this. I've done this a few times. My how to make a full song on GarageBand is one. Making a song in a car is the other one. And I did another one this month actually, making a song on my phone, or making a beat on my phone, where I showed the whole process. So I did that a couple times. GarageBand on iPad Pro. Wait, I forgot your previous question. Oh, this is a nightmare. Crap. Horseshoe question. I can't find it. Dang it. Okay, well. Definitely have a good head on your shoulders, as they say. I appreciate the mindset you have. Yeah, I mean, I was raised very well, and I'm sorry, I'm like picking my face live on camera. Yeah, thank you. When are you going to be doing another Monday, every Monday. What Hertz do you recommend? I don't know anything about Hertz. I mean, I know what Hertz are. I know about them, but number wise and all that stuff, I couldn't tell you. I'm not that technically savvy. I just make music. The person to ask would be Andrew Huang. He knows all about the super technical side. I just do what I understand. So I can't answer that question for you. I love music with all my heart, but sis is broke. What do I do? I'm currently freaking soundtrack. Any free DAW recommendations for Windows and alternative to GarageBand? For Windows, I have no idea. I only know for phones, BandLab is a good mobile alternative to GarageBand. But as far as like a program, I would have told you Soundtrap. I like your style and attention to detail with your music and the sounds used. Thank you. It's come with time. I used to rush everything, but now I take too much time. Is there a schedule for these lives? Yeah, I want to do every Saturday. Every Saturday. How long has it been? It's been an hour and a half. Okay. I like this live too. It's cool to interact with you guys. Okay. Yes, they have a complete. Yeah, okay, so cool. I would suggest the complete A61. Sorry for my last comment, man. No, don't apologize. I mean, you were just asking for some advice, and I totally understand. I only wanted to explain because it's weird for me when I'm like, yeah, go check out the song. I don't know what it sounds like, but so I don't want to come off weird and offensive. So that's why I just want to explain why I prefer to hear first and then be like, yo guys, but it's don't worry about it. It's no problem at all. But if you guys do want to support and give some feedback, you can go check out it was called Close to You, because we're all about support around here. This might be a personal question, but how much did you make off monetizing your vids? I did a video on this, but this was a while ago. Wait, let me check this. I'll check right now. Actually, the first like 5 years, I was making $0. Studio. That's cool. Current live stream. It's all at the top of YouTube. That's pretty dope. Okay, let us go to here, and I want to do custom. Sorry, guys. Ooh, 1,000 views in the last 60 minutes. That's nuts. Sorry. 9/24/13. So 9/24/13, and then we'll do 17. Or I was monetizing. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The first, what about 2018? This is terrible. You are going to laugh. Let's see this. Yeah. So for the first 5 years on YouTube. Ooh, what is this? Looking good. Your channel's views are up 58% due to more interest in one of your videos. Sorry, I'm looking at my analytics, and I've never seen this before. That's really awesome. No wonder my channel's blowing up. For the first 5 years on YouTube, total 5 years, I made $1,300. 5 years. So let's do the math. Divide that by, no, what's 12 times 5? 12, 24, 36, 40, 60. So 60 months. That is 1,300 divided by 60 months. I was making $21 a month in my first 5 years on YouTube. But the last year, so let's do, I don't even know if I want to give out. Actually, yeah, I'll give out this number because this is literally my job. Oh, that's definitely not true. Oh no, we're in 2019. Yeah, so let's change. Like, why did I think we were in 2018? So since 2017, that's it. I thought I made a whole lot more than that. Since 2017, I've made $9,500. 7, 8. So that's 2 years, 12, 24. 9,500 divided by 24 months. So I've been making basically $400 a month on YouTube, which is depressing, but it's also cool because it's a side income. But that goes to show you guys the reason why I sell my instrumentals, my remakes. I try to sell merch, but nobody bought the merch. Like I think I had like 3 people that bought merch. That's why I do sponsored videos. That's why I film music videos. That's why I drive for Grubhub. I do everything outside of having a normal job because I don't want to get a normal job. But that's why I'm always so frustrated when I don't get views, because if I don't get views, I don't get money. And people think, oh, you're a sellout, you know, you're only in it for the view. Well, I mean, yeah, because if I don't get views, I don't get paid. So I don't understand that whole it's like I still love music, but you want to get paid for what you do. So $400 a month is what I'm, on average, is what I'm making. Right now, it's a little bit it's higher. Not a little bit higher. It's pretty high. But I think it's because we're getting into Christmas time and the ads are going up. And actually, one of my videos is blowing up right now. So it's still not enough to cover all of my bills, but it's enough to get me by and put food in my mouth. Okay, that was a rant. Oh my gosh, Nikki, have you heard of Brianna Marin? I just stumbled on her YouTube and her music's fire. I haven't heard of her, but when I saw this name, I thought you were talking about my ex, my Romanian ex. I was like, wait, how do you know her? Okay, you're a very positive person, man. You're the one who taught me how to make music on GarageBand. I'm the one who taught you how to make music in GarageBand. And today I made a track by myself. That's insane. I thought you would have learned like somewhere else and just got some advice from my videos, but to actually teach somebody firsthand, wow. I'm very happy for that. BandLab. Oh, BandLab is on Windows too? That's dope. Well, there you go. There's your GarageBand alternative for Windows. I answered this question. So 50K, it's coming very rapidly because my subscribers are growing very, very fast. I'm currently at, oh wait, go back. I'm currently at 48,600. And like 2 days ago, I was at like 47. I just hit 47,000. It's crazy. I'm getting like 300 subs a day right now, which is amazing. 50,000, I want to do a giveaway. I have, it's probably in the attic. I have a Native Instruments keyboard. It's not this one. It's the one with 25 keys, and it's a lot fatter and like that big. But I don't use it because I like this a lot better. I want to give that away. And with that, it'll also come with machine. I just have to transfer the license to you, to whoever wins it. But so that's basically like you get a production, you get production software and you get a keyboard. You can start making beats on your computer. And if I can manage, because as you guys know, I don't make the most amount of money currently, not yet, but I will. I'm speaking that into existence. I do want to try and get like at least three things to give away. So the keyboard's one, and maybe I'll buy 2 more if I can. If I can manage that, and then do like a giveaway of all 3. I think that would be dope. I don't know what if I did a giveaway, what would be most beneficial? Would it be something like a keyboard and beat making stuff, or would it be like a microphone? Would it be an audio interface? Just let me know. I was also considering doing like a giveaway of my entire sound kit it's like handmade, handcrafted by me over the years. Um, so I literally went in. It's the sound kit that I built for myself to start making music, but it's got a whole bunch of kicks, snares, hi-hats, loops, samples, uh, anything you can imagine. I built it myself, and I was thinking about giving it away as well. So just let me know. I don't know. And obviously a video, but I don't know what kind of video I want to do. You should come to the Bahamas next year. A role model to me. I think I will. I mean, I want to. I need to figure out when. Dang, everybody, just a lot of love from the Bahamas. A lot of love. That's weird. It's dope, but it's strange. That's the last place I expected to have a lot of support. I always end up having tracks that I recorded and try to mix in, but then I remember I don't have studio monitors. You know what's funny? End up having tracks that I recorded and try to mix them in. You can still mix on headphones. Something like these open back headphones, they're great to mix on. I know people recommend you mix on studio monitors, but if you don't have them, you can mix on headphones. Surprisingly, I never mix on my monitors. Maybe that's just because, I'm in a house and my next door neighbors are attached to our house. So it's two houses in one, and I don't want to do that to them. But I never mix on my monitors. I only use it to play a song after I've mixed it. So, putting this on pause. Yeah, okay, that's what's up. Uh-oh. Grind is real. Your time will come. Yeah. What did you say? What did you say you do for Grubhub? I deliver food. It's like Uber Eats. I do Amazon Flex. I do DoorDash. I do anything that's going to make me money that still allows me to make my own schedule. If I lose my freedom, I can't put out these videos. And the YouTube channel right now is my top priority. So, yeah. I'm joining the military, do music on the side, so I have something to fall back on. That's a good idea. I've only made $12 in 2019. Is it international? Well, what I have to say to that is, number one, where do you live? Number two, how old are you? Number three, do you live with somebody? Because then, if you're younger, I don't expect that you would make a lot of money because younger people don't get jobs. But I do know that in some countries like India, I think it was, Venezuela, where the monthly income is like $3 or $5 monthly, but it costs $3 to buy a hot dog. So I totally understand if that's the situation. It just depends, because it depends what country you're from. So like in America, this is totally not about music, but in America, in California, $400 a month, $20 a month is definitely not enough to survive. So that's why I'm still living with my parents, because I don't have to pay rent. I mean, I do have to pay rent. Scratch that. I do have to pay rent. I pay a percentage of the rent, but I mean, it's not rent. They have a house, but I'm paying rent. But it's obviously not as much as an apartment would be in my city. Like the average apartment in a good area would be like $1,200, $1,200. I'm making $400. There's no way I'm going to be able to live on my own. But if you go to like Missouri, you can buy a mansion for the same price as a studio apartment here. So it depends on your country, where you live and stuff. Like there's different scenarios. Yo, help me out. Okay. The keyboard or mic would be great. All the above. Okay, cool. Everybody seems to think all of the above. Audio interface mic would be nice. All of what you said. Okay, so it's a mix. One-on-one consultation with a follow-up would be a nice giveaway. I was thinking about that as well. Um, I'll make a video about it once I decide what I'm gonna do. That's a sign you should go to Bahamas soon. Logic Pro, yes, it is. Logic Pro is much better. It's the bigger brother to GarageBand. More capable, less work because they have bus channels. In GarageBand, I have so many effects. I have to put them on each and every individual track, and it really slows down my computer. And also, it's super time consuming. But if you have Logic, it has a bus channel, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically you put all your tracks linked to a bus channel, you put your effects on that bus channel, and then you change one thing on that bus channel, it'll change the effects for all of those channels without you having to go individually to each one. So that's the main reason I want to go to Logic, because I'm tired of applying individual effects to everything. That's the only thing about GarageBand that I hate. If they had bus channels, I wouldn't even switch to Logic. Making my own album. What to make a featuring. Features. It just got to be right, man. It's got to be right timing, and it's got to be the right song. Audio Technica, AT2020, Scarlett. Wait, what do you refer? Oh, that's what you have. M40X, those are good headphones. Scarlett Solo is a good interface. The microphone, I'm not sure is good. I've never used it. I personally like Blue microphones, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you. What Waves plugins do you use every time you're making music? Waves Tune, Greg Wells, CLA Vocals, CLA 2A compressor, Vocal Writer. Those are like the main ones. Sometimes Maserati, VX1, but those are my main ones. Bro, I make 20 plus bucks an hour, and living in Jersey, that's still not enough. Yeah, especially up there. I'm telling you, man, it's hard out here. What's a good mic to sound more professional on tracks? This one. This is a Bluebird by Blue Microphones. I'm always going to recommend Blue because I love Blue. There's other companies that make good microphones like Shure. I can't think of the other ones right now. But what are the other like microphone based companies? Like famously, I honestly can't. My mind is drawing a blank. But they make great mics. They're known for their mics. Going to California, would you somehow want to meet up? Don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'm always down to meet up with subscribers. So as long as you're in the area and I don't have to like drive 2 hours, then yeah, I'm down. Learn a lot from your mixing techniques. Thanks. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you're learning from the videos. And that is always something I love hearing. What is your appreciation? What is your inspiration for your album covers? These songs that I've been coming out with as of late actually have. Whoa, did this get redesigned? Weird. Every single album cover or single cover from Ouroboros, my album, represents what the song is about, and it's actually a piece of whatever was going on at the time. So Cheat Codes, that's the album cover where I'm laying in the apartment hotel with my ex. Obviously it's a song about my ex, and that very bed right there in that exact position is where I first discovered her sending messages to another guy right in front of my face. So that's why that was the album cover for that. Philippe was the one where it's like me driving on the road. This one right here. You guys can see it. This one. So this is, I used to be a truck driver, and I took this photo. I wasn't driving, don't worry. I was in the passenger seat. My brother was driving. Philippe, I found out about Philippe and some other cheating things while I was driving on the truck. And that's why this is the album cover for Philippe, because this is the place where I found out about this guy. I remember I was in the bunk bed in the back texting her like, you're lying. Like, I know you're over in his area for a reason. You're not just seeing random friends, blah, blah, blah. And then she admitted to it. And then boom, there's the song about Philippe. And then there's even a mention in the song, the second verse, driving on the road. I was out somewhere on a bridge in Delaware when I caught you at his home, because we shared each other's locations on the iPhone. And one day I just, I wonder where she's at, because, she lived in Poland. And sure enough, the location was the pin dot, was right inside of his apartment. Man, that sounds like a movie. That sounds like a fake story, but it's 100% true. So that's why that's the album cover for that. And if I release another single, which I'm thinking about doing, it's going to be the same thing. It'll be something that represents whatever the song is about. So yeah. You are too talented. Thank you. I don't know how to take compliments. I just say thanks. How would I send you projects off of Ableton for you to hear it? You would have to export it as a WAV, because I do not have Ableton, however you pronounce that. You have to export it as an audio file. Great budget mic. A great budget mic. Blue Microphones Ember. It is $100. And before you say that's not a budget, yes, it is. Because I get people that what's a great budget option for blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell them, and they'll be like, that's really expensive. No, it's not. Not for the quality. But the Blue Ember, I would recommend. Oh, no, you're saying NT1A is a great budget mic. My bad. I read that wrong. I thought you were asking. Dang, I'm so behind on these comments. Inspiration, line, favorite producer. Thank you. Any tips for high school? What about high school? Like surviving high school or making music in high school? I'm great, Big Austin. Big Austin. I have Audio Technica, so do I. Sure, yes, SHURE. I'm trying to read every single comment, because I hate when people go live and they don't read. They just skip over everybody's comments. I'm like, I have this need to. It's like when I when I post my videos and I have to comment back on everybody. It's the same thing with live. I feel like I have to acknowledge everybody in this list on the side. That's why you always see me looking here and not here. Yeah, sure is a good microphone company. Which headphones do you suggest for production? Audio Technica M50X, the ones I'm wearing. And if you're mixing, get some kind of open back headphones. These are the Sennheiser, I forgot what they're called, Jubilee HD58X, but there's some other ones out there. I got a blue Blackout Spark SL. Works great for me. If that is a USB mic, I'm curious how it sounds, because I hate USB mics. They're usually too focused on like treble, and they sound really digital, but I've never tried Blue's USB mic. So Sennheiser 280, if you can afford them. Snake eating its own tail. Yes, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Well, I'm going to make a video about this. I got to take my hood off because I don't mind my hair. I have hoodie hair. It was Friday the 13th yesterday, so they had a tattoo deal. So I got 2 tattoos, and they only cost me $13 a piece because Friday the 13th, and I'm really excited about them, but I totally forgot. So you guys see my Ouroboros, snake eating its tail. You know what that means: life and death, rebirth, blah blah blah. So then I got an owl. I was gonna get like a moth on this side to represent the same thing as this, but I'm thinking no. Let's tell a story here. So I got an owl, if you can see, which represents wisdom and knowledge and truth. So it's like I died that horrible death. I recreated myself, and from this process, this event, what this tattoo represents, I learned a lot, and I'm much wiser now. And then I got this eyeball. It's like crying blood tears and stuff. If you guys look at my muscles, look at the muscles. But yeah, it's an eyeball with like a little lightning through it or whatever. And that's I was gonna get like an all-seeing eye, but I thought this one looked better. So this is like I see more clearly now. I see everything now. I'm laser focused, and so it's like rebirth, all knowing, all seeing, something like that. I left Studio One to Pro Tools after the update. PreSonus has I switched back. That sounds really loud. Dot Beats uses Studio One. It looks pretty dope from what I can tell. How can I contact you when I come to California? Instagram. I am at IAMLXGEND. If you have an Instagram, that's what I would prefer. Tips for soundproofing a room for cheap. I have no idea. I mean, well, I know where to get cheap soundproofing. There's Amazon, there's eBay. You don't need some crazy stuff. I mean, obviously the more expensive stuff, or there are higher quality soundproofing panels. But if you're a beginner, you don't need that stuff. As far as how to soundproof, I can't tell you that because I know it requires certain measurements, and I don't feel comfortable giving that advice because I would be kind of making it up. The only thing I do know is having a carpeted floor and bass traps like in the corners to stop the bass from bouncing around. But having a carpeted floor helps with soundproofing because it doesn't bounce off the floor. Having a panel above you wherever you're recording also helps because the sound won't bounce off the ceiling. But there's also like something about putting the soundproofing behind the speakers and behind you, but you got to measure and all this other crazy stuff. And then if you have windows, you want to put blankets or a curtain up there. You know, those are the basics that I do know. How much do you charge to do a song? Like, do what with the song? Record it, mix it, master it, feature on it? Depends. Star. Do you mix and master song? Yes, I do. I do. What is it? 50 an hour to mix. It's based on the workload. I don't like to give a set number because if I give a set number and then people, what they do is, oh, can you change this, or can you fix this, or can you do, like, basically ask for more work, but they don't want to pay more money. So I always do an hourly rate. Yeah, I won't get into that, but yeah, 50 an hour. Greatly appreciate. Not a USB mic. Okay, so I thought so. XLR is what I like to go for. What's up, Samadanam Party. I hope I'm saying that right. American Musical Supply is the best website. Whew. I did not plan on being online this long. I thought I was going to be here for like 45 minutes. But this is cool. Yeah, somebody else told me about them. I don't like buying stuff online because I hate waiting for shipping, and I don't have that kind of patience. Also, the last thing that I bought online, it wasn't with this company, but I did express shipping. It was supposed to get here in 2 days. It took them 3 weeks to ship it out to me, and then another week to get to me. And that's why I hate buying online. But more power to everybody else who can. Audience ID 14 with Blue Mic Yeti Pro. That's Blue Mic. I know a Yeti's a USB, but from what I hear in like podcaster videos and reaction videos, the Yetis are pretty cool. Holy crap, that's a great looking tattoo for set. It was $20 if you include the tip, 13 plus 7. But yeah, it's a really dope one, man. In the eyeball. That's why I got 2 of them. I wanted to get 3 because I didn't want to pass up that deal, but they said limit is 2. I should have went somewhere else. That's what I should have did. What are some of the other tattoos that you're eager to get other than the ones you mentioned? Well, the moth I still want to get. I kind of want to get one for each of my astrological signs. So I already have the Gemini one, which I think is it fading? I can't tell. I have the Gemini one. I want to get one for my Capricorn, so that would be like a goat. Oh, that'd be dope. I have a goat tattoo, like I am the goat, because I am the goat. JK, actually, not really. Um, what's my other sign? Oh, Gemini. It's another Gemini one. So I want to get like maybe a constellation, of like the stars, you know. And then I want to get one for Aries for my Venus. This is an astrological talk, so forgive me for that. But anything else that I want to get tattoo wise, I really like. I don't like the occult. This is like me. I'm like MJ when he made Thriller. This I'm not associated with that stuff, but I love symbolism. I love that kind of thing. So that kind of stuff is what I'm leaning towards, like really edgy, old looking, ancient type stuff. But it all has to be something that makes somebody think and has a story to it. I don't like getting random tattoos that have no meaning. I do want to get a tattoo of a burger, but the meaning behind that is I love burgers. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. I'm doing great. You don't have to send multiple messages, man. I'll see your message. Can somebody look at my premiere? Your premiere. I recorded my closet. Yeah, I actually made a brief video on that too, like one of the recording hacks. You can for home studios. That's like the number one place people record. They're in the bathroom. They just all them close. It's a good soundtrack. How much do you earn off YouTube? I already answered this question. For the first 5 years on YouTube, altogether, I made I think it was like $300. In the last 2 years, I've made like $9,000. That equates to around $400 a month. So it's not very much at all. Not for California, not for America anyway. Definitely not. Definitely not for California. If you count my sponsorships, it only goes up a little bit because only this year, basically, I just started getting sponsorships this year. Um, but I've only had I think around 5, which is still good. But they don't pay thousands of dollars. It's just like a couple hundred. Oh, and I have affiliate links. So anytime somebody buys from my affiliate links in my descriptions, if you guys want to buy some studio equipment, go click the affiliate links in my videos. I earn a very small amount of money from that, but that helps. And also I do earn money from my Waves affiliate links. So that's one reason I made those videos. I mean, obviously I want to teach you guys how to make music, but also I figured it was a good way for me to also make additional income sharing tools that I already use, but getting paid when people buy those plugins. So it helps the channel tremendously when you guys purchase the Waves plugins, when you guys purchase something from the description, when you guys click on, DistroKid referral links and things like that. It helps. And that's why I work with these companies, because Waves especially has been surprisingly good as far as the money that I'm making. I mean, it's still not, you know, a livable income, but um I honestly thought I was gonna make like 20 bucks, but I've made like a few hundred, which is nice. Recording closet helps. Yes, it does because all the clothes. How's it going, my G? It's going great. Oh, hey man, what's up? Hit Brainiac. I hate shopping online, dude. I hate it with a passion. Amazon is cool as long as it has like same day or next day shipping. Yes, I see you, Star. I mentioned you before. Tips for growing on YouTube. I have a video how to grow a music channel on YouTube. Basically, use TubeBuddy, vidIQ. If you're just starting out, you want to do a lot of trending topics. You want to do a lot of tutorials. You want to do a lot of lesser searched stuff. To be completely honest, when you're starting out, nobody's going to want to watch your vlogs. I learned this the hard way. You have to build a relationship first, unless you're extremely, extremely entertaining, and unless the YouTube algorithm loves you like they love Janelle Eliana, who blew up right off the bat. Unless those stars align, if you're making vlogs, it's not going to work out right off the bat. You got to make people fall in love with you with your personality. So I did a lot of tutorials. I did a lot of, for music channels, I did a lot of remixes and remakes. So what I would do is a song would come out at 12 a.m. midnight. I would finish remaking the song or remixing the song at 1 a.m. I would shoot the video by 2 a.m. I would edit it by 3 a.m. and I would post it by 5-ish a.m. that same night, sometimes within 3 hours. So I'd have it up by 3 a.m. The reason I do that is because you are literally the first person to post a video on that song, which favors you in search because people are searching and they're seeing your video first. YouTube's going to recommend your video first. When that happens, your audience grows because people are clicking on your video. Oh, this is cool. And they subscribe. It's a lot of work. I did that for the first 5 years, just making instrumental, 4 years maybe, making instrumentals. You'll notice all my older videos are only instrumentals, no tutorials. That's how I got my first 1,000 subscribers. For the first year, 1,400 subscribers, all from instrumentals, making it at midnight, being the first one. That's what it takes if you want to grow fast. Otherwise, tutorials do help, highly searched content, but those don't get a lot of views off the bat. I've noticed you'll post it and then YouTube kind of waits a while and like you'll get a couple views, but it'll kind of feel out your audience, and then one day it'll just explode. That's what's happening with my channel right now. I posted my 5 plugins to make vocals sound clean. That video, it got like 1,000 views in the first week or something like that, and then it kind of slowed down. Then that was how long ago? Like 2 months, 3 months ago. All of a sudden, yesterday or a couple days ago, excuse me, I get this notification that my views are spiking, like 1,000 views in the last 60 minutes. Like you guys saw, 30,000 views in the last 48 hours when I used to get 10,000 in the last 48 hours. And sure enough, it was that video I made 3 months ago, randomly just blew up because YouTube was like, oh, okay, it's time. Boom. And that's the same thing that happened for my 5 apps for musicians. When I made that video, it got like 800 views in the first day. It slowed down. And then 2 weeks later, I got like 100,000 views. Tutorial videos, it takes time. As long as you optimize it right, you have your thumbnails, your titles, your tags, everything is optimized for a search engine. Like you have your keywords and you have to do that research. YouTube will do its job for you. It just takes time. You got to wait. My how to record vocals and harmonies video, same thing. I got like maybe 900 views in the first day. Then I started getting like 20 views, 10 views, 5 views one day. And one day, boom, 15,000 views in a day. Next day, boom, 30,000 views in that day. And it takes off. So tutorials are very useful for longevity. Trending videos are very useful for right now. So you want to exercise both of those. That was a really long answer. I'm sorry, but I want to give as much detail as possible. I have not even read the chat in that whole thing. Let's catch up. Everyone, subscribe to me, or else a spider will be in your bed tonight. Come on, man. Are you still taking submissions? Yeah, as long as you didn't already submit. So just go to that video. I'm not looking anywhere else aside from that video. Comment your link on that video. You should get a Bob's Burger tattoo. I don't watch Bob's Burgers, so I would have to see it first to make that commitment. Did you ever get that? No, I didn't. They're still sold out. Popeyes is still sold out here. It's been like 4 weeks. Commenting on the person that said he doesn't have the money for production software for anyone using a PC, but feel BandLab allows to download Cakewalk, which they now own. This is the same production that Cakewalk himself developed. There you go. Free production on PC. Cakewalk. How can you get sponsors for your channel on YouTube? You just make content. They come to you. I used to think you had to go chase them down and ask people. I used to send propositions to Native Instruments. I used to send stuff to GoPro. Like, I would love to collaborate and make something with your Fusion. Because I really wanted to do like an in-studio video with the 360 camera when that first came out, but I didn't want to pay $800 for it. Now it's $300. So I sent them a something, and they never responded. Native Instruments never responded. Or no, Native Instruments responded, but they were like, I sent them one of my videos, and I was like, would love to collaborate. Da, da, da. And they're like, great video. Gee, thanks. I think it'll happen one day, because they did follow me on Instagram. I think it'll happen one day. But anyway, yeah, sponsors come to you always. I don't know how they get my emails. Maybe it's from my YouTube, but this year, for whatever reason, emails from Waves, emails from DistroKid, emails from what's the other one? Loop Cloud. I got emails from random headphone and mic companies that I don't really like, you know, aside from Mass Drop. They were dope. So they come to you, but you just have to always be creating. You have to always make content and grow your audience in a specific niche. I'm not going to say niche. I feel like that's bougie. It's niche. But yeah, so I built, my audience is obviously built around music. So a lot of music-based companies reach out to me because they know that their product is going to perform well for my audience, since my audience makes music. So that's where a niche channel will help you out. Other people, like, they get by with like Skillshare and stuff like that, for like general channels that talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. But for musicians, this is the way to go. You should make those Waves plugin videos. Those plugins helped me a lot to produce my own music. I'm sure they helped a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, I did as much as I have currently. Like, I bought some Waves plugins, and then they also let me try a few, like on a limited license. And so I made as many videos as I could. I'll probably make more because I don't think I used all of them yet. But they're very useful. I know they're very useful for you guys, and also the response I get when people purchase is very useful for me. So it's like a win-win, because it's a way for me to have income, and it's a way for you guys to get more information. So yeah, music, yes, in a way. YouTube is my main job, but it's based on my music. So in a way, yeah, it's my main job. Music is my main job, and shooting music videos. That is actually shooting music videos is probably my primary source of income, but it's very volatile. I never know when a client's gonna ask me for something. So YouTube helps when I'm not making money. I only get paid once a month from YouTube. That's the thing that sucks. But in the in-betweens, that helps. And then when I am super in need and I'm flat broke, then I'll do Grubhub and make up the rest of my money. You should make, already read that. How much money did you make With your music sales, what platform pays you the best? I make $0 with my money with my music. I make no money on my music. Um, the only place I've made money is on YouTube regarding my music. People, they don't buy my stuff on iTunes. They don't buy my stuff in Google Play. They stream my music. And I don't have a big enough fan base to make a livable income off of streams. I think I made 10 cents so far. Let's check. And when I try to sell my stuff, like the last album I sold, I think was in 2013. I sold it for $10, and I made like $60. Or no, I think I made like $100. So people, they're not really buying music these days. It sucks because I want to sell my music as independent artists. That's the only way we can make money from our music is if people buy the records. People don't realize that streaming doesn't help us at all unless it's like millions of people streaming, unless those streams are getting in front of like people like, I don't know, Kanye West, and then he blasts Lincoln and a bunch of people listen to it. Like streams don't help us at all unless it's discovery. Sales is what we want, but nobody buys music because everybody has Spotify and SoundCloud. They're like, oh, where can I stream it? Is it on SoundCloud? Oh, you don't have it on streaming sites, man. I don't want to buy like there. People don't want to buy music, so we have to make money some way. So we try to sell. We try to make like documentaries. We try to make merch. We try to do 410 total streams. That's on here alone. My song alone has 400 streams. I mean, that's not a lot, but it is a lot for me. That's pretty sick. Where are they coming from? Sorry, this is news to me. I haven't checked this. My stats. Let's see how much money I made off of 400 streams. Okay, let's do a guess. How much money do you guys how much money do you guys think I made off of 400 streams of a song? Let's hear the guesses. Feature price. It depends what you want me to do on the feature, singing or rapping. $0.05, $1, $4,000 off of 400 streams. I wish. What's your guesses? $1, $1, $20. Trying to get back into music production just as a hobby. I'm thinking about Reason's pretty dope. It's just that's for like gearheads. I don't know how to work their little panels and stuff, but I know that they released a feature recently where you can put Reason into other DAWs, which is super dope. $100, $5, $0, $7,000 per million streams on that on all platforms. No, not on all platforms. That's not true. YouTube pays the worst. Spotify is pretty low. Tidal is higher. The top paying platform is Pandora. All the other ones are, but they're not all the same. A million streams does not always equal $7,000. That's still not true though, because I mean, anyway, that's technical stuff. $400. Okay, so those are your guesses. I made $1.76. So you guys were close. The $1 guesses. So your 400 streams is really gonna pay for. Actually, it's not even gonna pay for my McDouble. Yikes! It'll get me probably a head of lettuce. And that's why independent artists, we don't like streams. We want to sell our albums. To make $10 at that rate, 4, 8, 12, what is it? 16, 20, 24, 20, 32, 36, 4. Yeah, it would take 4,000 streams for me to make basically what was that, like 10 bucks, 20, 15 bucks, something like that. 4,000 streams for one album sale versus I can just say, hey, buy this album for $10, purchase, there you go. Yeah. Before autotune, how did singers stay exactly on pitch like Michael Jackson? They just sang on pitch. And they still weren't always on pitch. The thing about those singers is they had to do, I mean, singers these days have to do the same thing where they have to do multiple takes, delete the last one, try again, until they get it right. But back in those days, it was a lot more you had to do because you couldn't correct your pitch with software. You had to literally, it has to be perfect. So I got to do it 50 million times to get that one note right. So they just worked a lot longer, a lot harder. And they also took time to like perfect their voices. They took vocal lessons. They did things that kept them on pitch. Yeah, it is pretty sad. Do you make your own music videos too? In a way. I mean, all my music videos are pretty much shot in my room here. I don't want to shoot my own music videos because angles. I need movement, and I can't do that by myself. I need somebody to shoot them for me, but nobody else is without a job like I am. So the free time is, I will pay for McChicken. Oh yeah. Well, not even that, because McChicken's like $1.49 or something. How can an upcoming independent rapper be noticed and get more exposure in the industry? Make more music. People, you got to realize, you just got to create. You got to create more. You got to post more. You got to put yourself out there more. You can't be seen if you don't make stuff. That's why I'm doing this daily upload, because I have more chances to get discovered by people. What's $100? You're creating a portfolio of music. I mean, I have a large portfolio already. I have about 10 albums out and countless singles I've released since 2008. I probably have like over 100 songs that are currently out. So my portfolio is already big. I'm not worried about a portfolio. It's just the money's not there. We don't have a dollar menu. Oh, we don't either. McDonald's, they got rid of it. Everything that used to be $1 is now $2, $2.29, $1.79. There's nothing that's like $8 anymore. When one song is found, more than likely people will listen to everything you got. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Keep it up. Legend, you inspire some other to create some music now. Dope. Oh, dang, it's been 2 hours. I hope you make something great, and catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. It's 12:30. I got to get off here soon myself. How can an upcoming this setup is horrible too. You guys can see like my patches on the wall back here. You see the couch I sleep on. I'm gonna make a video about this because I've been sleeping on a couch for like the last 8 years. It is not glamorous at all because I turned my room into a studio, and I needed to get rid of my bed to make room for my desk. That's the grind. That's what you got to do when you love what you do. So now when I go over people's houses or I'm at a hotel or something like that, and I'm like, oh, it's like not enough beds. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll sleep on the couch. What? No, don't do it. No, I'm used to it. I literally, it's comfortable. I found a way to be comfortable now. Anyway, that's beside the point. Check your Insta DM. I let me check my Snapchat first. Wait. Is this is like the first time I've gotten money on here. I can't tell if I just got $10 or $2. It says $1.99 under your name, then it says $10 here. Is this a comment? How does this work? Either way, whatever this is, thank you. That's the first I've ever gotten. No problem. I use a futon. I'm actually going to get rid of this couch because it's falling apart. And I'm going to get a futon. I'm going to get one of those basic ones that turn like the couch leans back. That way I have both. Do you do? Yes, I do my own marketing. I do my own everything, to be completely honest. That's not the greatest, but at the same time, I get to call the shots on everything. I appreciate it, Ria, a lot. What are my favorite colors? Black and white. And oh, cranberry. I like cranberry color. Oh, you can clearly tell the couch is like a cranberry color, but I love clothing that is like cranberry-ish. But my favorite all-time colors is black and white. And some people will argue that those are not colors, but they are colors. I don't care what anybody says. Which MIDI keyboard would be good for home studio? Depends what you're using, but I would say Complete Control. This one's great if you want to get something cheap. There's also the A25, A49, A61, the S series if you really want the screens. M Audio makes good MIDI keyboards. Novation makes good keyboards that connect well with Ableton, whatever. So Korg as well, but Akai makes good ones too. Favorite Michael Jackson album? Honestly, and people will probably think why, but Invincible. And that's not because I'm young. I've listened to everything that he's put out. But Invincible has my favorite production, I would say. And History. That whole History album was just so monstrous. It's one of my favorite eras. She didn't do this. I thought I still had just not at the face of this. Talking with my friend because I'm supposed to be traveling with her. I want to do a traveling musician season 2, but we're trying to go to China, but I didn't realize I need a visa, and it's the process. They want so much information. Favorite colors, MJ. I'm surprised there's still 30 of you guys in here. What do you think music industry should be like in 5 years' time? iPads, tablets. Well, if you mean the music industry itself, memes. Record labels don't care about talent anymore. And that's not to say that some memes don't have talent. Like Lil Nas X, he's a talented dude, but he blew up because he was a meme. But he's talented. But there's a lot of people who are memes that blow up that have no talent or that have worse talent. All these Dr. Phil girls getting famous because they beat up their mom or whatever, and then making rap albums and stuff like that. Like, I think the music industry is going to be focused on memes blowing up and getting famous. It already is, but I think it's going to be even more so. because that's where the money is. It's in memes. Look at Lil Nas. The dude became a meme, made a meme song, and broke the record for the longest charting #1 single in the world. Record labels are going to start signing memes. They're going to keep signing memes. So I think that's where the music industry is headed, to be completely honest. What's up, Ghana? Invincible. Yeah, it was really slept on, and people say it was a flop. But that's because MJ's albums sell so well that even like 3 million records sold, or however much it sold, I know it sold over 1 million, they consider that a flop. Jeez, man. But that, you got to factor in the at the time, I think Napster just came out, so people stopped buying albums around that time. But it's really slept on. Memes, like meme culture. If you're on the internet and you see people making these videos of like stupid stuff like TikToks, or Old Town Road was a whole meme. That whole thing was a meme. It was a joke, but then it blew up. Catch Me Outside, how about that? Was a meme, but it blew up, and she does rap music now. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is a meme, and it blew up, and it made Popeyes $23 million. I feel like the chat's not going. Are people talking and just not saying stuff? Because there's nobody saying anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I think memes are the future of the music industry. Record labels, they just want money, and that's where the money is. They see all these people making millions and breaking records because the memes are blowing up. The children. Um, so how do artists remain relevant after one hit wonder? Do industry keep feeding the artists those types of singles? Probably. Depends on the deal. Usually it's like 360 deals, and then they feed the artist whatever cookie cutter thing is related to their image, to that, and hope that it blows up again, but it usually doesn't, and then they just let them go, and the person is never heard of again. um but in like certain cases, I think that's not the case. Like Lil Nas, I think he's going to be successful because he's so big and he resonates well with the younger audience so much. He's going to be around for a couple of years. Bad Baby did it because she connected with her audience. It just depends on the label. um but I can tell you one thing: sometimes those people that get those deals off of those types of things are very unhappy because they have to stick to that image and they can't be creative. They have to remain that person, that type of person. What plugins do you suggest I put on instruments? It depends on the instrument and depends on the sound that you're trying to go for. I usually put reverbs on pianos, very slight reverb. Same for guitars. If it's like a jazz guitar, acoustic guitar, I do delays. I could like the torque waves plugin I put on my kicks. One knob fatter I put on my kicks. Things like that. Do you think mastering software services like Lander will be the future? And do you see mix engineers and mastering engineers being obsolete? No, I don't see them being obsolete because a lot of people don't have the energy to mix their own records or the patience to mix their own records. So I think mixing engineers at least will still have a job. Mastering is a little bit more questionable because AI, and I think these auto mastering sites are doing a great job. For the industry, though, I think the actual mastering engineers are still going to have a job for a while until AI becomes powerful enough to do what they do. But right now, like that touch that they have is way better than a machine. I think for indie artists, the AI is good, like auto mastering. So they're probably obsolete for us, but as far as the industry, no. Mixing instruments, yeah, just reverb. Yeah, okay, thanks. They also tend to get shelved when failing. Yeah, they get shelved or they just get let go. They get shelved until their contract runs out or however that works. Like there's some people that got signed to contracts and then they tanked after their next album or the next single, and then were never heard of again, and they're stuck in these contracts because they signed multi album and multi release contracts, and that's why they complain all the time because they can't release any music. Uh, my garage band is in problem, bro. Dang, I need to get off of here, dude. Okay, I'll do another 15 minutes. Um, it says error every time I try to play the tracks. What error? It depends on the error. Can you hook me up with someone on here to help me make trapish R&B drum beats? To help you make hit up dot beats. It's DOOTBEATS. I think it's with an S. He's really dope at trap and really dope at trap R&B. So hit him up. He's a great producer. He's a Romanian. I have a video with him when I was doing the traveling musician series, but he's a dope producer. Wait, I'll type it here. Is Blue Yeti a good microphone for vocal recording? Not to me. I don't like USB mics. But for some people it works. I just think I'd prefer an XLR connector. That's this thing right here. The XLR to the audio interface because it gives a better source audio. What's up, Owen? Yeah, way better sound quality. Trina Dewan, this songwriter. Am I saying that right? Trina Dawn. Oh, I thought, why was I reading it? Okay, I'm not dyslexic, but there are times where I do this with numbers, with names. I would flip two letters or flip Trinidad. Um, what's up, Brazil? Actually, I feel like I've seen your name before. Luis Music Studio. No, I think that was somebody else. I really want to go to Brazil. As a music producer, what's best time of deals you can get publishing? The best type? Your the best type of deals you can get publishing deal, license deal. The best type of deals? Best type of deals. Licensing. Licensing is great because when you license stuff, you get um passive income. Yeah, I know you're here to drop love, and I'm here for it always. But what was I saying? Passive income. So yeah, licensing is great. If you can license your song to like TV shows, to I don't know, movies. Song Trader is a distribution service that does this, and I want to try it out because I've seen people get their music on in the NBA Finals. A friend of mine got his song played at the NBA Finals this past year. So yeah, um, licensing is great. Publishing, a publishing deal, that's good too because people are. It's like you still control your music and stuff, but they publish your music for you. I think that's what Macklemore had when he first got started. He wasn't completely. Look at this. Look at this hair. He wasn't completely independent. He had, or no, it was like a distribution deal or a publishing deal or something like that with Warner Brothers. That's why he was able to blow up so much and still remain like kind of a free agent. And a song played in Abercrombie and Fitch on their Christmas playlist. That's dope. See, yeah, see, there you go. Through a licensing deal. I honestly think a lot of my songs can be played on this TLC show, 90 Day Fiance, because I have a lot of long distance relationship songs. And I think that would be perfect. There's also people that tell me I have a few songs that match with like Disney. One called Beautiful Day. So I want to look more into that, but that's a huge type of thing. Can we download? No, you can't. It's like $300. I think $299. If you do download for free, I would not be surprised if you get an email saying cease and desist, or we're going to take legal action because these companies don't play around. I do not recommend using cracked software or things like that, because not only are you taking money out of people's pockets, like if companies keep losing money by people cracking software using illegally downloaded stuff, they'll go out of business and you won't be able to use their stuff anymore. So you got to support them the same way you support artists. You got to buy their stuff. Otherwise, they can't make their equipment better. Do you guys record your songs in your room? My room is not treated acoustically whatsoever. I record just like this with this mic hanging here. I used to have a reflex filter, but it broke and I just didn't bother to buy a new one, but it's been fine. I just slap a noise gate on there and do some EQ. My room has a carpet, so that helps with bouncing. And also there's a curtain on the window, so that helps with bouncing sounds too. But I have no like acoustic treatments whatsoever. My merch has been dropped for like a year and a half. Look, I'm wearing it right now. That's one of them. And I got my hoodie with the legend, the like Metallica legend. I got the hat. But it's been out. I made a video, but not many people watched it because it was a vlog, and that's the way. Well, not lately. Lately, people have been watching the vlogs, but before, if I would release a vlog, it'd get like 200 views. So I would understand why people don't know that I have merch because they didn't watch my previous vlog videos. Man, I need a haircut. I'm looking busted. Yeah, and I'm gonna do like a second release because these designs are, you know, they've been out for a while. So I want to design some new stuff and maybe release it. Like, you know, am I on SoundCloud? Yeah, but I know I don't use SoundCloud. I rarely post there. I'm underrated. Thank you. I don't know in what way you're talking about, but thank you. Thanks for the advice. Do you think the sounds on the air are true? Yes, I do. That's why I use them. They're truer, maybe not the truest, but they're truer than what I had before. I don't have much money, and whatever money I do, I put on buying beats and spending money on a laptop. I know I need to master the song, but that's why I got my setup. What to focus on? Wait, what? If you want to master the song cheap, you can just use Lander, Landr. They'll get you 2 free masters per month. But mixing is a different story. Is this a different question? Where do you feel the music industry is going as a whole, and what is role that record labels and radio stations different in terms of independent artists? Record labels, I already talked about where I think the music industry is going. I think they're going towards memes, meme culture. Anybody that can make a meme is going to blow up and get a record deal, because it makes them money. They're desperate for money. The role that record labels play, they're just facilitators. They want you, like, literally these days. That's why it's so hard to get a record deal. They want you to already have like done all the groundwork for them. They want you to have 1 million fans. They want you to have your music. They want you to have your image. Back in like the 90s, early 2000s, they did all that stuff for you. That's what A&Rs were for. They developed you. But now they want you to be already developed. So literally the only thing that they are doing in today's time is they're basically banks. They just give you money. They give you loans and the resources to get your music out there. That's pretty much it. Radio stations, I don't listen to the radio, but I mean, it's still, I think, a great way to be discovered. But I think streaming is much more effective because radio stations have the power to make something go viral because they play the same songs over and over and over and over every day. But because of that, it's also extremely hard because if you send something that they're like, well, this is what's popping right now, so we're just going to play this. Okay, let's scroll down. Sometimes I am funny. I try to be, but I fail miserably. My SoundCloud, how is merch business going for you? It's terrible. And in a year and a half, I've gotten 3 sales off of my merch, and one of them was me. Can you at least follow me on what? I was going to. By the way, I don't like when people ask me to follow them. I understand. Like, there's nothing wrong with asking. I just don't like it because if I follow people that I directly like relate to their content or they're posting something I know I'm going to engage with, and I talked about this in a video. Do you want people to follow you who are going to, like, you post something that they're 100% interested in? And a lot of people that ask me, like, for instance, on Instagram, hey, follow me back. But I go to their profile and it's just like pictures of their dog or pictures of their food, chicken sandwiches and Popeyes and memes and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't want to follow this account because I want to follow people that are going to inspire me, or that make like some crazy art. So I would have to see what you're trying to get me to follow first. I was going to take a mental health nap. And oh, that reminds me, I still got to record tomorrow's video. I would have missed this live. Lots of value information. Thank you. You told me about making more music. I can get more exposure and be noticed. Okay, that's right. But how do the most of the new mumble rappers become famous with one hit? They don't be, I mean, they get famous with one hit, but they release a lot of music. They don't have one song that just, oh, here's my song. Oh, it blew up. No, if you check their SoundCloud, they have many songs that they released before that, many songs that they released after that. They're constantly creating music. It's not just one song. That's how they got discovered. There's no way on earth somebody can just put one song out and then all of a sudden they're famous. A lot of people have this misconception. The only way that would happen is if somebody's connected in the music industry. But these mumble rappers, a lot of them have been releasing for years. So it's not just one release. Yes, you have to mix it before mastering. Always. How do you feel about stock plugins? They're great and they're free. If you know how to use them, then they can. I use stock plugins for a long time. Actually, last year, this year is the first year I actually got into using third-party plugins. Believe it or not. Mix songs, master songs for yes, I do. 50 an hour to mix and master. Are there any managers for songwriters? I haven't heard of this, but I'm pretty sure there are. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of examples, but I think there are. A label fund your album and tours. Exactly. People don't realize the artists owe everything. Exactly. It's an advance. They give you, like, when you hear people say, yeah, I just got signed for $3 million. You're not making $3 million. That's a $3 million loan. So if your album sales don't give them $3 million back, you're in debt. Yeah, everything has to be self-made. I love that way. Watching him on an interview yesterday, that's why he makes his music at home now. Wait, who are we talking about? He has. Am I behind? I only use GarageBand, yes, from my Mac. Sony, it was nice enough to sign him again. Maybe you're right. I don't know who we're talking about. What's my actual name? Yes, Lorenzo. Lorenzo. If you have a smartphone, you can make music. Yep, that's true. Just started following you yesterday. I lived and worked in studios in California for almost 18 years. We're in Cali. I'm in San Diego. Much respect from Nairobi. Oh, wow. That's dope, man. And I appreciate that. I like how you teach, because a lot of people have problems with how I teach. Yeah, it's like credit. Record labels. They're just banks. Can we use headphones for mastering? I do it all the time, so yeah. I never use monitors. People say you shouldn't, but that's the way I do it. I noticed that they can formal equipment. I got 99 soundboard and microphone. I think Yankees comments are just now coming in. Like, it's really late. Oh, I gotta go. What do you think of the sudden drift to Afro pop? Wait, my friend. What do you think? Okay, it's crazy to know about this record deal stuff. Yeah. How do you ensure that you are consistent, and how do you make more music faster? I mean, ensuring that you're consistent is just that's a personal thing. It depends how you work. Whatever you need to be consistent. Like for me, for instance, I need sleep. I'm not one of those people like people say work hard, work harder, do this, do that. Like you just keep going. You got to lose sleep and you got to no. Sometimes it's required, but no. For me, if I lose sleep, I'm less creative. If I don't have sleep, I don't feel like doing anything. If I'm too tired, I don't feel like working. So it depends on you. I need sleep to be consistent. I need rest. I need my time to myself. But other people might be different. Maybe for you, the hard work is working hard all the time is what's going to work for you. Making music faster, that also depends on you. Learning a lot today. I'm glad you are. Tried other dog. I've produced in FL. That FL Studio is how I got started. I've also used Reason back when it was like Reason 4. I made like 20 beats in there and it was just very overwhelming. So I gave it up and I went back to FL Studio. And then one day I bought a machine because I saw my friend produce in it. And then I made one beat in there and I fell in love and I've been using it for the last 10 years. 10 years? 9 years, 8 years. Oh, Aaron Carter. I actually wrote a song for him, but it didn't go anywhere. He messaged me on Instagram around the same time I started making beats in Machine. And he's like, "Yeah, I love your songwriting. Um, let's like collaborate." And he wanted me to write a song and he was going to send it to Mario because I guess he had contacts with Mario, the R&B singer. I wrote the song, I sent it to him, he made the beat, and nothing ever happened from that. It just kind of fizzled out. So I don't know where that song is. It's a dope song though. I might release it myself. I don't like writing lyrics, but I have the melodies in my head. You don't like writing lyrics? I mean, hey, the melodies is what people listen for. Originality plays a huge part. Stay true to yourself. Exactly. What's up? I cannot. Oh, my name is. Excuse me. How long should take to mix a song? However long it takes. There's no set amount of time. It's just however long it takes to get the sound that you want. You're welcome. I know there's like I think Kanye West for graduation. There was a song on there. No. Yeah. Stronger. Where they went through so many different mixes, like weeks, months, until it got right. But that's if you're that much of a stickler. So it depends. I really gotta go. Let me finish these questions and I'm gonna go. Okay, your work will pay off. Thank you very much. I believe that as well. What genre do you like in music? I like all genres except for techno. Techno is Satan's music. Just the same thing over and over. Like dubstep is cool, house is cool, and all that stuff. But like really hard techno music, like that Blade music, in the movies Blade when they go to the club, I hate that stuff. Everything else I love, or I'll listen to some capacity. My favorite, I would say, is like pop R&B, the kind I make. I bought basically the 5 waves plugins you mentioned in your video. They're very productive. I appreciate you buying those because they really did help out. Like I see all the transactions that happen. I don't see who buys, but I just see the numbers and I see, oh, somebody bought like 5 of these plugins. So it really does help me monetarily. You guys have no idea. technique to use it on FL Studio? I can't tell you that because I haven't used FL in almost a decade. So it's changed, and I have no idea how it is now. You should release a song as a special bonus. What song? Oh, that song, Home. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a special album anyway because there's a song on there that has a. There's two songs on there that have samples, and I can't get them cleared. I don't have the access to the people who wrote the songs, so I don't want to put it on streaming. I'm not allowed to put it on streaming, but I will put it on my website, like a special edition of the album that'll have those two songs and maybe the one you just mentioned. Um, Tell me, techno. Is releasing copies of CDs pointless since everything is streamed? No, I wouldn't say it's pointless. You have to really give a reason for people to want to buy it. So Macklemore does this really well. Do I have his? I don't know where that album is. But yeah, Macklemore does this really well. He'll package the album and put like pictures inside. I think Taylor Swift did this once, like Polaroids, just like special things. And then it was like wrapped in snakeskin and stuff like that. You have to give a reason for people to buy. Otherwise, they're just going to be like, oh, it's just a CD. I don't want a CD. They're going to stream it on their phone anyway. So if you do that, it makes it worth it for them. Or if you like release a CD with like a documentary attached to it, that's also a thing, or like a video of some sort. So very inspiring. Keep doing your thing. Appreciate it a lot. Always. Okay, guys. Yeah, collectible type of thing. Yeah. Or you can do it with merch if you have like a t-shirt. It can be as simple as a pin. Just something. will.i.am said it best. He said nobody's buying music anymore. They're streaming it. So what artists have to do is give an experience. We sell experiences, whether that be a tour, a meetup, a t-shirt, some kind of physical thing that somebody can have. The Polaroids, collectible thing, that's an experience. Like people want an experience, not just the music anymore. The times have changed. So anything that can provide that is good. But yeah, I'm gonna go because I've been on here way too long, almost 3 hours, and I only planned for 45 minutes. I still got to film tomorrow's video, which is a very serious video, but I do want to do it right. It's about like mental health in music, and I think it's going to be very powerful. So, how can you auto-tune your vocals in GarageBand on iPhone? Just turn up auto-tune. It's when you select a vocal and add it in the thing. Just go to my video and watch it. I explain it. How to use auto-tune on GarageBand iOS. I have a video specifically on this. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. As always, stay legendary. And hopefully the next time I go live, I will have a haircut so I don't look all. I want to look good because you never know who's going to be on here. Maybe I'll fall in love with somebody. I'm halfway kidding. I'm I'm blunt. I'm blatantly honest here. That's what I love about myself. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Thank you for chilling. And the uploads shall continue. I don't even know how to end this stuff. Okay, end stream. There it is. Bye, guys. Have a great day. End.